Hey all, it's week 19 here in our garden here in eastern Oklahoma, and summer is on us like you wouldn't believe. It's hot. It's supposed to be upper 90s, low 100s most of next week. I think tomorrow's supposed to be low 100s. We got a couple of days in the low 90s, I think, and then back up into the hundreds. So Oklahoma, summer in Oklahoma, what more can I say? So basically water is going to be real important right now as we go through this time. And I got a new timer for our gravity water because the last one just quit working. It would not turn on or off. It's just when you turned it on, it just was on. So timer doesn't do you any good if it never shuts off. So I'm going to get that installed here in a minute and then sort of give you an update on the garden. I'm pretty sure I know what's causing my blackberry problems, and I won't talk a whole lot about that this time. I'll have to wait until next one. I've got another video coming out on that. And I did finally figure out some what's going on with those San Marzano tomatoes after talking to a master gardener. Anyway, first things first though, let's get this installed. So this is our new timer. It has a waterproof cap, and then on it you can see it has how frequency, 1 hour to 72 hours or weekly, and then on off or how long you want it to run for. So if I wanted to run it for 90 minutes, 120 minutes, 10 minutes, I can set both of those. Batteries in here, better waterproof, and then there's a delay button and a battery indicator letting you know. There is a small filter on the top to block out other stuff. And so I'm going to replace this old one. It's basically the same thing, but this older one isn't made quite as well, and it's not as waterproof as this new one. So I'm real excited about that. So first thing I need to do is take off this filter that goes into the drip irrigation system, and then I can take off this old timer. Put on the new one, and then put this filter back on. Now, the one thing I don't like about these particular timers is the fact that I have a hard time getting it to just turn on. And when I set the timer, I would love to set it for, I want it to go every 72 hours, and I want it to water for 60 minutes. And it start right now. But when I set this up, it actually doesn't start until it's hit that first 72 hours. Other than that, I really like it. It works on gravity, so you don't have to have a lot of water pressure, and it runs on 2 AA batteries. Set it to run tomorrow morning and then get things on a normal schedule, because with the hundreds for the foreseeable future, 90s and 100s, I'm going to want to water this every so often. I know I want to get at least about an inch of rain every week, or an inch of water every week on the plants. We just had an inch of rain like 5 days ago, so it is time to water. They're still looking really good. They don't look really stressed yet, but I'd like to avoid them getting stressed. So I want to get this set up and going. As you can sort of see here, the garden itself is not doing too terribly bad. The cucumbers and the squash, the plants are doing well. I've harvested a few cucumbers earlier today, some smaller ones. There were a couple that's been left on the vine way too long. So I got those off as well. I've been gone for the last week. As you can tell by my voice, I've sort of lost it a little bit and been at church camp with the kids, so youth. So I still have blossoms. You can see there in the back, there's a few. Still not seeing any more squash. I mean, I see blossoms, sets of them, but like all of those are male. Oh, look, there's a cucumber. All of these are male, so we're just going to have to see what happens. I'm not sure why I'm not getting a whole lot of female flowers, but I'm not. Again, the cucumbers are doing pretty good. Not as many as I would expect. I would still expect more cucumbers, but we're still getting some, and we got lots of blooms. I don't know, again, if something else is going on. Oh, there's another cucumber. Looks weird. I'm wondering again if it's pollination. I'm still reading up on bees, and I'm hoping to maybe look into getting those boxes later this year and bees next. Our pinto beans are doing well. I've harvested another handful of beans, and they're just growing and growing and growing. Tomatoes, I've struggled with tomatoes this year. This particular Cherokee Purple is doing well with still lots of tomatoes on the vine, which makes me extremely happy. I've harvested one ripe Cherokee Purple earlier. The middle plant here last week, I trimmed it up some. I went ahead and pulled it. The last branch was just dead, so there wasn't a whole lot of point in keeping it. The other Cherokee Purple, I still have a few blooms. Hopefully they'll set, but the temperatures have me concerned about that. But like that vine looks dead. And I've just got one vine left. That was what last week's looked like, and then I ended up cutting it out today. So we'll see what happens there. Thankfully, the black cherry tomato has really been doing well. I've harvested quite a few off of it this week, and we just love those. It's just they don't, you don't make a lot of sauces out of black cherry tomatoes. And this batch of pinto beans on, and it's still growing, lots of blooms, and just waiting for more. They haven't dried yet. Now my green beans are doing pretty good. I need to get out here and harvest some. There are several out here that can be harvested, like this one. And I've got quite a few here that I can go ahead and harvest. There's still lots of blooms on here. So we'll hopefully be getting green beans for quite some time. Peppers are doing well. These are the 2 jalapeños I planted from seed after that plant in the middle there broke off. These jalapeños are doing well. Several good ones on here. I've got a few that's starting to turn red. Oh, it's being shaded out. It's starting to turn red. It's hard to see in this lighting, but I've got a few. More of the orange sickles are starting to turn. That beautiful orange color. And another volunteer. I'm pretty sure this is a jalapeno, but we'll find out later. Banana peppers. I did not know that they actually ripened to red. That one in the back, or an orange, is turning orange instead of just the yellow that you're used to seeing. So I'm letting that ripen out and seeing how it tastes. So sort of excited about that because I've only seen yellow. It's sort of like you only see green jalapenos at the store and rarely see red ones. I suspect the same thing's going on here with those banana peppers. And as you can see here, the loofah is still huge. Still lots of blooms. I've still only seen the one loofah fruit, whatever you'd want to call it. And it just gets bigger every time I see it. But nothing else. When I came home, the loofah had grabbed a hold of the blackberry bush and was working its way that direction. I did sort of break that loose so it wouldn't take over my blackberries. I do still have lots of blackberries on the vines. A few I need to go ahead and get off, it looks like. And as I said, I'll be having a video probably Sunday on what I've caught on that game camera concerning that. I have gone ahead and finished the last of the tomatoes that were on the San Marzanos, and I took both plants from the 2 ends out completely. This one, I've still got some tomatoes on it. I did talk to a master gardener this week, and she told me what I was seeing with those bright yellow flowers was early blight. Never seen early blight before. I've only seen late blight, so that would explain why I didn't know what I was looking at. So because this one didn't have early blight, she actually suggested I save some of the seeds from these tomatoes because it obviously is sort of resistant to early blight, since the one on the left and the right did get early blight and the one in the middle did not. So I am going to be doing that. So as we near the end of July, as we finish here on week 19 of our garden series, things are doing relatively well. We're getting some tomatoes. We're getting some green beans now. We're getting peppers now. Still not getting the amount of tomatoes I would like to see, but that's how it is sometimes. Overall, it's not too bad for, I guess this is our 3rd garden season here, and it's getting better every year. So hopefully in the next year or 2, I'll really have it dialed in here. soil right and get the growing conditions figured out here. Thanks for watching and tuning in. Here is my 2026 growing season playlist, and here is a link to the week 18 garden video if you missed that. Thanks for watching. God bless. See you on the next video.